What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q1, and I am back with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 15, Episode 7, Headlines and Heartbreaks. Y'all, before I start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell button so you could be updated on every video I drop. Make sure y'all like the videos so I can stay in the algorithm, okay? I just want to say this. Today is my mom's birthday, so shout out to my mama. She would have been 66 years old today. Just really quick, I went to the store to pick up a cake for her, and we don't eat chocolate. She always loved chocolate cake, and I was gonna get the buttercream, vanilla icing, because I didn't want to waste no cake around here. And when I pulled up to the store, there were no buttercream white icing cakes. It was all chocolate cake. I was like, oh my god. And I only eat Sam's cakes, so out here in Dallas or anywhere else, I'll only eat a Sam's cake. But in New Orleans, I'll actually eat a bakery cake because of the almond flavored icing, or sometimes the pineapple filling that they put in the cake. Anyway, I'm sorry, I just wanted to say that. So the episode started with Rachel and Erica. Rachel thinks that Erica keeps it real all the time. Girl, fine. So they have a conversation about Amanda, and they feel like Amanda needs to own up about what she said about Dorit, and I disagree. Y'all, this review is going to be totally unpopular, but I disagree. And I would like to say this, girl, Dory. All right? I disagree because when she said it to Sutton, when Amanda talked to Sutton and Kyle, she was merely asking if Dorit constant talking about PK, will that hurt her in the courtroom? That was it. That was all. Production didn't show us anything else. I don't know what else I don't know what else she said. We can only get what we see on TV, and I'm only going by what is shown on TV. Sutton was the one who took it and made it nasty. Kyle didn't back Amanda up in the whole thing and said, no, she didn't mean it like that, because y'all need somebody to with, and that's going to be Amanda this season. We have made that pretty clear. Sutton is now in the fold, so now we need someone to with. It's not going to be Kathy, and it's not going to be what's her name? Tiffany. What? It's not Tiffany. The doll, the Chucky lady. Her. Miss Simpsons. The Simpsons lady. It's not going to be her. So it has to be the newbie. And that is, let me tell y'all, that is my opinion, and I have been saying that since Amanda did come on the screen. They're not going to do Rachel like that because Rachel has already made a name for herself. She's not just some new girl, but I'm sure they know Rachel from around Beverly Hills, besides her having her own show on Bravo. And here is the thing. With Garcelle being out, they needed somebody to fill that spot, and that spot it's going to be Amanda. I'm just saying. So they basically talk about how annoying Amanda is, and Erica thinks she's performative. Now, I will agree. I do think that Amanda is extremely performative. I think she is a one-upper, as Sutton will say. She is a bragger. She's very braggadocious, and she, talks about the things that she have, but who are you besides a manifester and a person that wrote a book, Rich AF? Like, girl. And even with her being a therapist, which I feel like it is impressive. Okay, I don't know about this other stuff. I don't know about her Ponzi scheme, but what I do know is her being a therapist is impressive. Anyway, so Kyle meets with Amanda. Amanda felt like she couldn't sleep after that situation with Dorit. And I don't think that I'm gonna say this. I don't think that Amanda is confrontational. I think that she weaponizes the things that she has going on. Um, I think she uses the things that she has going on personally. I think that she uses her being a therapist, and I think she weaponized those things against the ladies. So yeah, and then sometimes I feel like she want to be the dumb blonde, like the Portias of the show, the Portia of Beverly Hills. Anyway, Amanda felt like Dorit disrespected her and her son. Kyle thinks that Dorit didn't mean it like that. And I feel like if the shoe was on the other foot, if this was a Kyle and Dorit situation, and Kyle was the one who had, Lord forbid, had lost a kid, and Dorit was being insensitive in that moment, I think Kyle would have fully stepped away, and she would have been very upset with Dorit. So y'all trying to make Amanda feel like she shouldn't be upset is crass to me. Anyway, so Amanda started coming up with these buzzwords, and it gave me, she low-key Karen. Okay, she low-key gives me she's a Karen. She kept saying how aggressive Dorit was and how she felt she was accosted by Dorit, and I'm like, girl, no, he wasn't. Now, I can take up for you in some areas, but in other areas, yeah, no. Anyway, then Kyle makes a comment about Amanda. I don't remember what the comment was, but I remember her saying the words, "it's giving." And y'all, it's in the Black History Month, okay? In the spirit of Black History Month, don't use our urban colloquialisms. Yeah, please don't. This whole month, okay? Happy Black History Month, everybody. Shout out to all the black people. But you saying it's giving such a girl, you was ear hustling on one of Portia's conversations, and now you want to say that, just like Rachel talking about this hot girl summer. Girl, I need y'all to stop. Anyway, Kyle thinks that Amanda should have thicker skin, and I'm looking like you want her to have thicker skin so the ladies can try to bully her. That's what I'm getting. Anyway, next scene, Bose's best friend Summer, Kyle, and Dorit all meet up for lunch. So Bose and Summer have been friends for 34 years, and they both were cheerleaders. And originally, Summer is from Colorado. And I would like to say shout out to that waiter because he was fine, okay? Anyway, Bose tell Dorit that Summer has been through a tough divorce. Her ex is a lawyer, and the kids, I think, are living with the dad full time. So maybe Summer was a stay-at-home mom. I don't know. And that dad was an attorney, and he wiped her clean. It's something about that lady that look a little off to me, but I need to do a little more looking. So yeah, that's the only thing. Anyway, Kyle tells the ladies how she felt invisible next to Mauricio when they all went to Aspen. And I was like, but Kyle, you kicked him to the curb last season. No, was it last season or something? The season before last, when you was with that girl. And then you decided you didn't want him no more. And so, he went out full throttle. Okay? I'm just saying. So, conveniently, Mauricio shows up to the restaurant, and it's like, oh my God, I did not know he was coming. Yeah, you did. Anyway, we're always happy to see Mauricio with his fine, okay? I am happy, and so are all the other women. Shout out to you, Mauricio, okay? So, Kyle told him, so Dorit asked Mauricio, have he thought about filing? And Mauricio was like, no. And so they asked Kyle. And she was like, well, I think, what she say, when we're mad, something I think about filing. Literally, you just said that you thought about filing right before he walked up. Anyway, Bose telling Mauricio last summer in Soho she almost attacked him because she saw him talking to a woman. And so Mauricio was like, girl, what? He didn't say that, but I'm just saying that was his expression. And he was like, why didn't you just come over and say hello? And so, what's her name? Dorit was like, oh, she's a girl's girl. For me, I don't feel like Bose is girl's girl, but whatever. So Dorit decides to talk to Mauricio about her and PK once again. We have heard about her and PK for these past 3 to 4 seasons. And quite frankly, I am tired. And the only reason Dorit is back is because she was Dorit Dundada last season. Okay, shout out to Rodney the Voice. Okay, that's who she was last season. Okay, now we don't want to see Dorit no more. We can replace her. Okay, and she can take Erica Jane along with her, but Erica Jane is funny and lighthearted this season. Anyway, she wants to sit with Mauricio so she can talk to him about PK. Basically, she wants Mauricio to be on her side so he can go to PK and say, hey dog, what you doing to Dorit and the kids is up. Even though he's team PK, he has been team PK since. I feel like Dorit talking to him, meeting with him for lunch is a waste of time. And so is Kyle. Kyle is team PK. She gonna go wherever Mauricio go. Just saying, Kyle. I mean, girl, it's a waste of time. I told you to pack it on up, move to Florida with your family, and be done with it. So, this is the second conversation we have about Amanda. Again, this is the Amanda. We gonna break her. And we may take her down, but we gonna break her. Kind of like with the whole Angel situation and the Stacy situation this season on RHOP. Yeah, that's what this about to look like over here. I hope you know how to windmill, my girl. Anyway, so they talk about Amanda. Dorit said she had no idea. But here is the thing, Dorit. When she told you, I would give Dorit that. But when she told you, that's where your conversation should have ended. I'm just saying, like, I feel like your conversation should have ended. I will say this. I do think that low-key Amanda used that kid to get out that conversation with Dorit. I mean, it's wrong. But, again, girl, Dorit. Anyway, so Kyle tells them that she met with Amanda earlier today and she said that she wanted to talk to Dorit, but she wanted to have a separate conversation with Dorit. Kyle said that to Dorit and Dorit agreed. Put a pin in that. Anyway, Bose thinks that Amanda uses her information, uses the things that she has going on and use it as currency. Now, again, I can agree with that. But it still doesn't negate the fact that all of y'all have agreed that we don't like her. We have agreed that Sutton is in the mix and we need somebody to pile on. You can say all of that good stuff. You can figure everything out. You can make the math make sense on it, but at the end of the day, you ladies are here and you want to pile on Amanda. I'm sorry, that's all y'all been doing. That's been y'all MO for years on this show. It is never going to stop. It just gets worse every year. Anyway, Dorit said that she read something in Amanda's book saying that Amanda is in a cult. So now you're Even if she wrote it, that was her business, but she also said she got out of it. So now you're making it a thing. You're making anything a thing. You're throwing anything that sticks just so you can have a problem with Amanda. And that's what it's giving. Okay? I can use that term. Anyway, I just want to say, let me reiterate again. We need to start in the beginning. Amanda did raise concerns about Dorit constantly talking about PK and this whole separation situation and how it could possibly affect her in court. She was actually just asking. She didn't, I'm sorry, her tone wasn't messy. It was just how it was brought to her. But nobody's going to say anything to Sutton because Sutton is now in the fold. And when you're in the fold, you're never held accountable. And Kyle knows, again, Kyle was sitting there too. And because she don't really with Amanda like that, even though she sold her house to Amanda, she gonna throw her under the bus because that's just how Kyle is. Bo said Amanda's picture perfect presence is at a breaking point. And so is your wig. So is your wig. Because, girl, you have a lot to say. Okay, can we talk about why you want to have a baby with a black man so bad when you've been a white man's dream the entire time? I just want to know. You putting your body through all of this nonsense just to have Keely's baby. No, ma'am, Pam. Anyway, Rachel is seeing in the blogs that somebody talked about her divorce. And I was like, girl, I thought you was already divorced. So come to find out that she never divorced. There is no prenup. The whole time they have been in mediations. She didn't sign a prenup. He didn't sign a prenup because she feels like everything I made, I don't want to have to give any of that away. I don't want to have to pay for anything, and I don't want to have to receive anything from him. She just want everybody to leave with what they came with. And that's not how that works. I don't know how the state of California work, but Mrs. Best, if you're watching this video, drop down in the comments and let me know how the state of California works when it comes to no prenups and splitting up the dividends. Okay, shout out to Mrs. Best. Y'all go around to her channel and subscribe. Also subscribe to her second channel. It is called Watch Your Best Friends Reviews. It is very good. Okay, that's my thing. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about Amanda, Kyle, and Mauricio. And they're coming over to Amanda's house so they can see the updates in Amanda's house, which I feel like were really, really amazing. They look a whole lot better than what it was. So Kyle decided she wanted to bring up the situation again with Amanda. Again, I would never trust anything Kyle say because you're constantly going back and forth wanting to be the middleman, but you're not being fair in any of this in this situation as a whole. So I wouldn't say anything. Kyle feels a way about her old home. She starts to cry. They got in there, looked around and all of the things, and she started to cry. And she tells Mauricio how she felt. He was like, oh. I was like, he don't give a damn. Anyway, we get ready for this party. Okay. Dorit and Sutton's birthday dinner. And Erica's makeup was flawless. Beautiful. So we get to Amanda. She's getting ready for the party. She says she really didn't want to have this discussion with Dorit, and she hopes that she don't bring it up at dinner, being that it's Dorit's birthday dinner and it is Sutton's birthday dinner. Her husband was like, listen, if she want to get one off, don't worry about it. Let her get one off and you just move forward. So her husband was like, just let her talk. I don't have to answer you back. I told you I wanted to have a separate conversation. But again, put a pin in what I said earlier. So anyway, all the heifers arrived, and Amanda chooses to be annoying once again by saying that the house that she purchased from Kyle, she purchased it with her money. And I was like, girl, why you make your man look like that on television? Anyway, Rachel and Dorit talk about why Rachel didn't divorce. And Dorit is trying to get all of this information from everybody. She want to know all of these questions from people who divorced and didn't divorce. Dorit, you just go get a divorce. Your situation is not going to look like everybody else's, because I'm assuming everybody's situation is different. Anyway, Rachel said for the last year she was building her new life. But Rachel, how can you build your new life and you're still legally attached to your old life? Make sense to me. But okay, girl. So Dorit thinks that Rachel is just putting on. No, Dorit. Everybody's not hanging on to their spouse like you seem to be. I just need her to stop pushing her stuff on anybody else. I do think that with Rachel, I think she just was like, I don't give a damn. But with everything out in the press, now she feels like, okay, let me just divorce. But I could be wrong. Anyway, Dorit comes to the table, speaks to everybody, just being extra as fuck. And you know, when somebody don't like you, because I've experienced it before, when a bitch don't like me, and they never can come and tell me, they decide they want to be extra. Hey girl, never act like that until they get around all their people. I'm just saying, people like that. Watch out for them. Anyway, she spoke to Amanda. Amanda said hi, and that was all she said. She was like, hi, Dorit, and that was it. So she get up, goes to the bathroom. Dorit decided she wanted to talk cash money shit in her confessional, and Sutton sour ass decided to lean over to Dorit and say, oh, she's just young. And Dorit was like, she's not that young. So them two raggedy ass hoes decided they wanted to be messy. And again, Sutton is messy is because the way Sutton lied on Amanda, and the way Amanda context of she twisted Amanda's context of that conversation is wild to me. But it's Sutton. We started to see her true colors. Anyway, so Dorit asked Sutton, she was like, hey, we need to clear the air. And Amanda said, pin, right here. Unpin it. All right? We go, right here. Dorit wanted to clear the air. After Dorit agreed and told Kyle, I will talk to her separately. I would love to talk to her, I guess, and have a separate conversation. But she wanted to clear the air. Amanda was like, hey, could we just go somewhere else and talk? Dorit was like, no, I want to have the conversation at the table, because you are scary and you wanted everybody at this table to have your back the same way you're doing with PK. You want Mauricio to fight your battle just in case you get sucker punched and you fall. You want Mauricio to stand in the gap for you. Well, this situation ain't nothing different. You want all of these ladies, because you know all of these ladies don't like her, and if she say anything wrong, the ladies are gonna pile up. You ain't slick and you ain't shit. Okay. I feel like you want to have a problem with this lady, and I feel like when Amanda said she was praying for you and she felt bad for you, I did get the empathy from Amanda that was given to you. You received the empathy that came from Amanda, but then you listen to Sutton, baby Reba, and now you want to have a problem because Kyle is trying to show up as this good friend, and we're pretty much over y'all two arguing. We're pretty much over you and Sutton arguing, and you're not going to argue with the rest of the ladies. So there leaves Amanda. And y'all, I'm not trying to be that person. I'm really not trying to be difficult. But yeah, this is what all of this is giving. Anyway, She told Amanda. Amanda told Dorit, I will not be verbally accosted at this table. And everybody was like, what? And so she picked up the phone to find a definition of verbally accosted. And Dorit said, whoa, And Bose was like, just made a little messy comment as per usual, which is why you sat next to her. And Dorit, that's why you sat in front of Amanda, because you wanted to have that conversation with Amanda. Like, I can't go up for this. I can't. I'm tired of all these pile-ons. I'm tired of a lot of us overlooking a lot of these pile-ons because people are possibly our faves. And I feel like even if I don't like you, y'all already know me. If I don't like you, but if I feel like you're wrong, I'm going to call you out. But if I feel like you're right, I got you. I just feel like all of them can go directly to hell. Okay? That's all I got. This is your girl Q1 reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.